Hey, this is Phil from Race City Retro, and today I'm a man on a mission. I've got to go pick me up some Volvo 240 front fenders for my 55 Chevy Gasser. And you're saying to yourself, Phil, did you just say Volvo, as in the Swedish car, the Volvo? Yes, you heard me correctly. I need some Volvo late 80s, early 90s front fenders for my 55 Chevy Gasser. And now you're saying, okay, we heard you say Volvo, but why would you want those for your 55 Chevy Gasser? Well, I'm going to show you guys a cool trick that's going to surprise a lot of people. And after they watch this video, I got a good feeling there's going to be a shortage on Volvo fenders, or the price is going to go really, really high on Volvo fenders. But I'm headed to Pull Apart in Winston-Salem, which Pull Aparts, if you've never been to a Pull Apart, man, they are phenomenal. And you don't have to pull it yourself. If you don't like pulling parts, dragging a toolbox around, you can pay them a little extra and they'll pull it for you. They have set prices on everything, like these fenders. Supposedly they have 2 cars here with these fenders, so I'm gonna go see which ones are the best. I might even buy both sets if they're clean, because like I said, it's gonna be the hot thing with 55 Chevy Gassers when you see what I'm doing with them. But as I was saying, 45 bucks a fender, that's it. How can you go wrong, man? And then for another 20 bucks, they'll pull the fender for you. I mean, can't beat that. It's cold today. It's 34 degrees here. I don't want to pull no fenders. I'll give them the extra $20 to pull the fender. I don't have a problem with that. I want to keep my hands warm and just wait in the office till my fenders are off. But I'm headed out from Mooresville to Winston-Salem. I'll let you guys know when I'm there. I'll shoot some footage over there, so stay tuned. It's gonna get good. All right, we made it. Pull Apart in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Let me run in there and see what's up. Oh, nice. One's got a little ding, but that's no big deal. Could pop that right out. Volvo fenders for my 55 Chevy Gasser. Pull Apart. About to. They are pulled, ready to head it on back to Mooresville. My Volvo fenders for my 55 Chevy Gasser. Did you figure it out yet? Oh, you're gonna see in a minute. Stay tuned, it's coming up. Honey, the Volvo fenders are here. Come on.
Volvo fenders?
They're here. The Volvo fenders.
What do you need Volvo fenders for?
For the 55 Chevy Gasser, of course.
Volvo fenders for 55 Chevy?
Yeah, you'll see. Why does everybody keep asking me what I'm going to do with Volvo fenders on a 55 Chevy? You'll see.
Okay.
Look, real Volvo fenders, legit. We're going to put them on the 55 Gasser. No, not that 55 that Santa's working on. This 55, the one that's in my workshop. Insert gratuitous, ridiculous reality show spark flying scenes for ratings. Boy, that Swedish metal is strong. They're safe. If you're building a gasser, everybody wants that radius Wheelwell look. They want to be able to put those big tires on the back, be able to get them on and off the car without having to take shocks out and lower the rear. And that's how all this started. Back in the day, once they realized just how low the factory wheels were on these cars, out came, well, back then it wouldn't be a Sawzall, probably the blowtorch. They'd cut it, They'd clean it up. They'd take a piece of cold rolled steel. They'd bend it over a 55-gallon drum, weld it in, bondo it up, and poof, you got a radius wheel well. Today, there's other ways you can do this, which make it a lot easier. And I'm not lazy, but I always believe work smarter, not harder. And pre-pressed radius wheel wells have just came out a couple of years ago from Golden Star, the people that make all the metals. They may be good for some people, but not good for all. Generally, what I'm going to show you, I'm going to compare those to my Volvo fenders, and you see what works for you. But I think this is the first time, without a doubt, you're ever going to see somebody compare the two and show you exactly where these will sit before you even purchase them. Because they're not cheap, buddy. They're about $265 for these pair of patch panels, basically, with a cut on them. Let's get into it. Let's have a closer look. Okay, let's start with the Golden Star Classic Auto Parts 55 Chevy Radius Wheel Well Arch is what they call it. There it is. You can get these from Summit Racing, from Jags, from anybody that sells their replacement sheet metal. I'm sure that's their website. You can get them from them. This is not a paid promotion. I paid for these dearly. Like I said, I think they were about $265 for the two of these. There is a right side, there is a left side. Okay, my second choice, let's show you these. These are Volvo 240 model fenders, generally a late 80s, 86, 87, up to like a 90, 91 takes this fender. And you see, they have a beautiful arc on them. Nice, lipped out, flat edge, beautiful. I bought these fenders from Pull Apart. I just hacked the tops off them, left myself a lot of extra room so I could trim these as I go and take what I need for these. Now, I can't take all the credit for this. I saw a car online that they were talking about this Volvo Fender thing on a 55 Chevy. I'm going to post a picture of a finished car right now. Take a look at it here, just to give you an idea of what these look like once they're on the car. And you can see that's definitely a higher cut than the stamped ones. But let me show you on the side of my car exactly where each one is going to sit. Good rule of thumb on the side of a 55 Chevy, and take notice to this with any cars you see that you like. If you look at the bottom of the taillight where it ends and draw a straight line down the quarter, you generally don't want to be above that with your radius wheel well unless you got some funny car tires you're putting on the back of your car, because then it gets to be a little too much. And I've seen cars cut up to almost the C-pillar on the roof. Too much, man. And this measurement, the 11.5 inches, that's from the top of the tape to that trim line there. Okay, here is the Golden Star Classic Auto Parts. Their piece is good if you don't want to break into your side trim. If you see the holes, you can install these on a 55 Chevy and still run your side trim. Your side trim's going to sit about there, so you still have room. You don't have to shave the side trim off. If you see my yellow line, that's all you're cutting out of your quarter. And what happens with these, they're stamped, so they wrap under. You see, they'll wrap under and blend into the quarter panel shape. You got to kind of like hook them on the bottom and then work them up. I've used these before. They work great, but when I say they may not be for you, they're not the highest, because if you look, that's a lot of room from the top down. So it's going to look pretty close to stock, just like you took a little lip out there. All right, so that's where those are going to sit. Now let's take a look at the Volvo fenders. And you know what's funny when you look at these? The lip is pretty basic. It has a flat edge in there, and just like a real gentle, not too crisp. These come in well through primer, so they're basically ready to go. And these tires I have on this car are minuscule rollers, so that's why everything looks so gigantic, because these are just rollers to get this thing around. Did you see my video on the race ramp cribs? Oh man, check it out, man. These things are amazing. They work great. But that's your Golden Star Classics 55 radius Wheelwell arch. And you get a left and a right because there are two different. All right, so if you look at the Volvo Fender, it's a world of difference. You got a lot more room. Let me get down here, have a seat, and I'll get this at eye level. This is where the other one was. That's where the Volvo one is. And so you have plenty of room to trim and roll. Here you just got to trim it, flatten it, blend it in. It's got this great curve that kind of reminds me of like the 2-lane blacktop car. Comes out nice, flat, soft edge. Really good looking. But a lot higher. Not ridiculously high, but with this, you're not using your side trim because the top of this is over the trim holes. So I'm going to put a 275/60/15 on the back of this car, which once I cut this out, should fit perfect, where I'll have, you know, a couple inches. I don't got to worry about it slamming into the quarters. But these work good. Could go forward a tick. I got it back a little bit. It's just taped on just for reference. So now you know if you want a little bit of radius, those Golden Star things work great. If you want a more serious radius, find yourself a pair of Volvo Fenders. It's got that beautiful, let me show you that lip. Look at that, right? And it rolls nice into the back. See, so if you're looking at the car back here, that was all blended in nice, look. The other ones do not stick out like that. Actually, I have them right over here. See the difference? Those hardly stick out at all. It's very soft, stamped edge, whereas this is the way they used to do them. If you look at cars from the 70s and stuff, they rolled, a lot of times they stuck out even further than that. They would put a fiberglass edge on it. But what's nice about this is it's all steel. All right, so I think I have made my mind up. Volvo Fenders! And they're from Sweden. How can you go wrong? Pretty cool, huh? Let's compare the two side by side. Well, that's not completely accurate, but it gives you a good idea. And see the shape? I like this shape with that sweep in the back, whereas this, it's a little more, I don't know, it's not perfectly round. It's a little weird. The Volvo shape. Look at the roundness in the Volvo. I just love saying Volvo. And this leaves you a lot of meat to trim wherever. You can make it as high as you want to make it. Whereas with that, you're limited because it caps the bottom. But I like this with that flat edge. That's going to look really nice when it's all done. So Volvo it is. Let's take a look at the side here. If you look at the bottom, that gold line is Golden Star. This top line is Volvo. And you can see with this bottom, running your side trim still is not an issue. But this one, you're not running your side trim. Definitely not. Because that's just, I ran the pencil on the inner lip. So with that ledge, it's going to come to probably about up there. And it still gives you a nice area over the quarter. If you want to put a name on your car or anything like that. You know, like I said, I've seen guys cut these things up to here, you know. And unless you got funny car slicks, I don't think you need to go that far. But up to here gives it more like, you know, that 60s look. This is just minimal. So you decide what's right for you. But I just want to give you guys a comparison. Hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out our website, racecityretro.com. And give us a like and a subscribe. It don't cost nothing. Thank you, guys. Get out in that garage, man, and build something cool.